Andy got that tune stuck in my head. This is your girl Toya Tell It, and I am back with another review. Welcome to my channel, y'all. This is the review of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 4, Episode 7. And the title of this episode is Moving On Up to a penthouse apartment in the sky. Andy moving on up. I had to do it one time. But we go into this review with Andy entering her apartment and everything is gone. She's trying to figure out what all my shit is. So she called the doorman, and the doorman tell her that Randy got the movers to move it on up to the penthouse. And Andy, she lost. She like, what penthouse? What? And she was like, tell Randy to come in right quick. So when Randy got there, Randy was thanking her for the purchase, telling her that she got a great deal. She didn't have to pay a down payment, straight $3 million on the home. And so Andy, she still lost. And she asking him questions, but she not asking the right questions. She asking him like, what's going on? And he told her, you did make the purchase, right? And instead of her saying, no, I did not make the purchase, right? She's staring off in space. Like she don't know what to say. So when Randy leaves, the doorman called her again and tell her that Gary is downstairs waiting for her, waiting in the lobby. Should I send him up? And Andy said, yeah, go and send him up. Because at this point, she's just trying to get to the bottom of this shit and find out where her shit at so she can get it back. And by the time Gary made it to her apartment, and the whole energy just changed. It switched from bye Gary, don't call my phone no more to so you really think this is gonna work? You really think you're gonna get me back? Like with the cat eyes, smirking and smiling. I thought she was about to change her whole mind. But she didn't. Andy stayed strong. Andy told him, Gary, stop playing with me. Bring all my shit back to my apartment. And I want it back tonight. And he was like, so you don't even want to just go look at the penthouse? And she was like, no, I'm too busy having fun with Robin these days. I don't want you or that penthouse. And so Gary, he started getting all in his feelings. I could tell he was kind of getting ticked off, but he couldn't show it at the moment because y'all know he's still trying to play it off like he done changed and he a better man now. So he couldn't show his anger, but he really got angry when she brought up Robin, especially when she said she was enjoying Robin. And so she was like, and plus Robin not trying to buy me. And Gary was like, I'm not trying to buy you, Andy. I'm just trying to tell you how sorry I am. And I'm like, Gary, I'm sure Andy already know how sorry you is. You always sorry for something. Like, we all know how sorry you is, Gary. But anyways, so next thing you know, the girls came through the door because remember, she was waiting on them to show up anyway because Karen got to tell the girls that she's pregnant. So the girls had arrived and they sent Gary on by his way. And Gary was talking about, it's good to see you, ladies. It was funny. Sabrina said, well, it ain't good to see you. And closed the door. I ain't gonna lie, that was really giving me season one vibes. I was loving it. Because right now I'm watching season one right now. I had to go back because I'm doing this whole throwback thought reviews because it's just a lot of unanswered questions that I want to get to the bottom of. So y'all check that out if y'all got time. Check that out as well. But anyways, so the girls they get in there and they wondering where your furniture at? What's going on? And then she tripped me out. She said, did he come repo all your shit? That's why you don't let a man buy you everything because they gonna take it back as soon as they get ready. And which Daddy did have a point right there. That's why I am glad that Gary did put everything in Andy's name because he do give me the type of guy that will hold something up against her head. And ain't nobody having it around him. And so Karen, she looking like, Sabrina, she like, no way. And then she like, where is it? Like, we still standing here. Let's move on up. If he bought the penthouse, let's go see it. Let's go view the luxury. And so Andy, she like, no, I'm not going. I'm not going up there. And then it was like, and Karen was like, no, she's not going. And then it was like, I don't see what's the big deal. It's in her name, right? The car is in her name, the penthouse in her name. Let's go enjoy it. And I'm with Danny. I'm like, let's go enjoy it because honestly, that's the least that Gary can give her because he can't give her time back. All the time he wasted, that she wasted with him. He can't. I mean, that's the least he can repay her back for her time with the penthouse and the Rolls Royce, the designer bags, and anything else he want to bring through the door. Long as it's in her name, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Now I wouldn't go running back to Gary, but I will enjoy whatever it is that he want to give me, whatever it is, because I gave you time, something I cannot get back. And you play all type of games on Andy top. And even though Andy was fooling with that man when he was still married, so she ain't right either. But at the same time, you can at least, I mean, you got something back from it, from the bullshit. So hey, and so uh, Karen and Andy, they said they not going. Sabrina and Danny, they was like, well, deuces, we about to go check it out. And honestly, I want to check it out too because I just want to see like what our Gary actually put into this apology. Like I need to see it. And so while Danny and Sabrina was on the elevator, Logan had called Danny's phone and Danny ignored it. And she was like, I stood him up. And I can't recall her standing him up. I remember her telling him that she'll tell him whenever she's ready to go out on that lunch date. That don't sound like somebody the guy stood up to me. But anyways, whenever they got upstairs, the elevator opened right up to Andy's apartment. And I was like, what? I ain't never seen that like that. That's not safe. Like, no, somebody finna have to come see about this and change this all the way around. Like, I am not feeling that entrance or that exit. Like, no way. Because let's just say if Jasmine wanted to come get her lick back, and this time she ain't using rubber bullets. All she gotta do is go press P on the elevator. Mm-mm. That's way too easy for me. But anyways, when they got in there, they like to lost their breath. They couldn't believe the sight they was seeing. That place is nice, very much nice. And so Sabrina was like, no, they seen the bed, they fell on the bed, they was like, this bed's so soft. Then it tripped me out. She said the only problem is she gonna have to F Gary in this bed. I must have hollered. And so Sabrina was like, let's go see if they got some drinks up here. And they grabbed the bottle, grabbed the glasses, and then they went back down into Andy's old apartment to tell her all about it. And so while they was waiting on Sabrina and Danny to come back, Karen and Andy was over there talking. And Karen was like, did you invite Fatima? And Andy said, no, I didn't invite Fatima. And she was like, go ahead and invite her. And she was like, Andy said, well, I'll go ahead and give her a call. And she walked in the other room and Karen was like, why are you going in now? And Andy said, because this is awkward for me and I really don't want nothing to do with this. So I'll be back. And so she went and called Fatima and she told Fatima that Karen wants you to come by my house so that she can tell us something. And Fatima was like, what does Karen have to tell me? And she looking at Zach. She trying to basically signal to Zach that Karen got something to tell me. And so Zach walking up to Fatima like, what's going on? And Fatima was like, I'm gonna talk to Zach about it right quick, and I'll call you back and let you know. And she hung up with Andy, and she told Zach that Karen wants me to meet her at Andy's house tonight so that we can talk. And I think she's trying to tell me that she's pregnant. And Zach was like, nope, 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 mm-mm. We ain't even doing that. Mm-mm. Whatever Karen got to tell you, no. Mm-mm. And Fatima was like, well, if this is your baby, and Zach said, no, it ain't no ifs, it is my baby. And I'm just like, dang, Zach, why are you so for sure? You ain't even got the DNA yet. You ain't even got the dates, let alone the DNA. And you just so for sure. Like, excuse me, don't forget that Aaron was sleeping with Karen as well at the same time. So I wouldn't be so confident until you find out the dates because you don't want to get your hopes up for nothing that. And so Fatima, she wasn't feeling it. She was like, yes, if it's the baby, if it's your baby. And Zach, he was like, oh, okay, okay. Fatima was like, she probably just want to be rational and come up with a co-parenting plan. And Zach, he was like, well, if you feel like you should go, then I ain't gonna tell you not to. And so Fatima, she was like, well, do you want me to go? And Zach was like, oh, so you asking me? He started getting all happy, like he had some kind of control. And so Fatima told him, she was like, no, Zach told Fatima that Karen had came by the house the other day, and she was like, what house? And Zach was like, dang, my bad. You okay? And Fatima, she just staring at him like trying to process this. Looking like she thinking about stabbing his stabbing his ass with a knife straight through the head. And, and she was like, I'm good, baby. But finish telling me who house she came by? What's this again? And Zach told her, she was like, my bad. She just came by here to tell me that somebody came by her shop looking for me. That's all. Calm down. And Fatima was like, oh, okay. I definitely need to show up tonight at Andy's so I can find out what's going on. And Zach was like, okay, okay, but you know I can take care of it, right? And Fatima was like, yeah, I know, but I like when you let me take care of it. And she said, now I'm finna go put my tennis shoes on. And Zach was like, what's going on? What you need tennis shoes for? And Fatima said, just in case they try to jump me. And I'm like, Fatima really putting 20 on 10. She know that them girls is not finna try to jump her. And for one, Andy shouldn't let that go down if so. So I don't even know why that was a thought. But I don't blame her for being ready at all times now. Hey. Especially if that's what you know best. You know what I'm saying? And Fatima, she looked like she used to throw them balls back in the day. So yeah. She was like, and Zach was like, you got your gun? And she was like, at all times. And so now Gary, Zach, and Aaron, they all playing ball. And Zach and Aaron, they basically got beef. And Gary, he like, what's going on? Because he can catch on to the hints that's being thrown. So Aaron explained to Gary, he was like, he just mad because I'm dating his ex. And Zach, he told Aaron, um, basically he ain't stunned about Karen. He dating Fatima. And Gary was like, whoa, 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 whoa. So you used to date Karen? Asking Zach, you used to date Karen? And he was like, yeah. And trust me, No, Aaron was like, yeah, until he left his ass. I can't even get it out. And Zach said she didn't leave me. As a matter of fact, she's very much into me, as well as I was very much into her. Zach was basically referring to the last time you saw me. I was into her up against the wall. Okay, so you might want to slow your roll. And Ava said, yeah, how long was that? And Zach said, oh, it was real long. And I'm like, these niggas is crazy. And Gary like, whoa, 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 slow down. And Ava said, oh, well, from what she say, it ain't never been long at all. So I'm like, oh my God, y'all better get the gloves, get the gloves. It's gonna be a fight. And Gary was like, whoa, 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 y'all, slow down, slow down. And he pulled Zach to the side. And he was like, so you dating Fatima now? And he was like, what Fatima said about me? Because whatever she said about me, don't believe it. And Zach said, she ain't say nothing about you. Fatima, she ain't like that. She ain't finna say no personal shit. She not like Karen. And he looked at Aaron when he said it. Aaron was like, Gary was like, whoa, whoa, y'all really need to chill out. Y'all really need to chill out. And so Zach, he was like, matter of fact, yeah, I can go for another round. He threw the ball real hard at Aaron. I'm like, why is that so in his feelings just because Aaron is with Karen? Now, if he really over Karen and he done moved on with Fatima, you shouldn't even care. Not like that anyway. But anyways, so Gary pulled Zach to the side and he was like, so you know Andy. So that means you can help me. And if you can help me with Andy for me to get Andy back. And Zach was like, so you and Andy not together no more? And Gary was like, nah. He was like, what you do, man? And Gary said, I ain't do nothing. And Zach was like, nah, I seen that face before. I done made that face before. So I know you did something. So what you do? And Gary was like, man, I just messed up. And he was, and what tripped me out was Zach said, fine ass Andy, how you messed that up? I mean, it correct me if I'm wrong, because I mean, I rewinded it like 3 times and I could have sworn that's what he said. I'm just like, yes, Andy, Zach, why is you calling Andy fine ass Andy? As if that's not Karen's best friend and Fatima just now in the making friend, but have always been her assistant. So it's like, that's your girlfriend. I mean, that's your girlfriend, basically who she worked for. And that's your ex-girlfriend's best friend, and you calling her fine? These niggas ain't shit. But anyways, so um um yeah, that's when Gary he was about to dap. They was about to dap each other up, and then Zach was like, Psh, "You got me up. You think I'm finna? Like if you know something about me because Gary told him that I know something about the stocks, and I mean these are really the right guys just asking the wrong question. And I can help you out with that if you can help me out to get Andy back." So Zach like, hell no, that's some whole ass shit. Like, if you know something about me, why not tell me? Why do I have to help you get Andy back just for you to lace me up about what's going on some serious shit? Like no, and I feel Zach like, no, I can't trust you no more. I don't want to kick you what you talk to you nothing. So he got up out of there. And that's when we went back to the girls. They done made it up to the penthouse now. So Andy, she walk in and she like, oh, this is mine. This is for me. She walking around everywhere. She done started crying by the time she got to the picture. She was like, it's not just about this stuff. It's more than that. He remembered everything. This picture is inspired from my favorite movie. And he remembered it all. And the girl then said, well, look like we done lost this battle. And it's okay. It's okay. It happens sometimes. And so Karen, she's standing there. She pissed off. She ain't feeling none of this shit. And Sabrina, she like, just let her enjoy her moment right now. Just let her enjoy it for a minute. And they go to the front to have drinks. And Danny, she opened up the wine and pouring everybody up. And she was like, pour Karen some, pour her some. She really needs it right now. And Karen was like, don't pour me none. I can't drink. And everybody looked at Karen and was like, why you can't drink? Karen looked back at them and said, because I'm pregnant. So she finally told the girls that she pregnant. And I just wonder what their response gonna be next week. Y'all can drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think their response is gonna be. Because I think Danny, she's gonna make light out of it, but I do think Andy and Sabrina is gonna take the news really like deep. Like, wow, I can't believe it. And it's just going by their personalities. But y'all can drop down in the comments below and let me know what y'all think that their response might be. And I'll be back with more videos. Thank y'all for watching. This is your girl Toya Tell It. If y'all have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. And also hit that notification bell button down below so you can know when I come through with more videos. Until next time, I hope y'all enjoyed and I hope y'all have a good night.